thoughtful this Mother's Day, but we know it's not like this every day, and having access to weather alerts is critical and can save lives.
That's right. It's easy to get updates on Twitter and Facebook, especially on all the platforms we provide here at WBRZ, but for some local residents, sometimes it really isn't that simple.
That sound? The sounds of protesters, but not like the kind you typically see or hear every day. That's because that's the point. Sound is not necessary to succeed in life, but accessibility is.
The deaf grassroots movement met here at the Capitol on Wednesday to talk about their concerns.
We're here to fight for social justice, really, to address the communication access issues, employment discrimination, and deaf education, improving that for deaf children. The deaf and hard of hearing feel sometimes that they're overlooked and not capable of great things. And a lot of deaf people have given up due to years and years and years of oppression. But that's simply not the case. Take Brent Redpath, for example, a deaf pilot at age 20, one of about 200 in the nation. With the right tools and resources, deaf people like myself can do anything we want to. As a college educator and a private pilot, I and we can prove to you that we can do anything. And it goes beyond academics and careers. Emergency communication is also a huge obstacle, like during severe weather. During Katrina, the deaf were literally left in silence with very little access to critical information. You know, they put that little box on the TV, and that's hard to see. I'd like to see a live interpreter with the weather so I can see what's going on. The WBRZ weather team is concerned that everybody receives the information that they need without excuses. But what can you do? Well, the deaf and hard of hearing just want you to be aware and perhaps think about including them so they can succeed as well.
That's exactly the point. No one should feel less than, but if people could realize if you provide the appropriate tools, resources, access to communication, everyone has an opportunity to thrive.
That's a big, big deal. When it comes to severe weather, a lot of times, you can't get that. We had captioning here. We had everything we could during the big tornadoes that passed through the area. And what I've been doing also during the times that aren't severe, I've been trying to provide, as best as I can, American Sign Language forecast for the deaf and hard of hearing as well, because it really isn't that simple, and especially during Katrina.
Absolutely.
You had sign language accessible before the storm, but after, when you didn't have power, when you didn't have that access, it became very, very difficult for that community.
And things are so fluid during, severe weather, and people need to be receiving continuous updates, and so that's great that you are really bringing awareness to this and learning yourself.
Yes, that's true. I'm 50% maybe, not completely fluent, but I'm working on it.
I have faith in you. Thanks,
Thank
Robert.
you.
Chris Price is next with sports.